Hey, Tony Gaskins here, checking in for our Sunday sermon. Just wanted to put this word on you. It hit my heart hard. In the book of John, chapter 15, verse 18 through 23. Jesus is talking and he's saying, if the world hates you, know that it hated me before you. If you were of the world would love you as its own. But because you are not of the world, but I chose you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. So I want you to understand that is probably 18 and 19. I want you to understand that you have been chosen and you've been set apart. That if you're watching this today, this is not by happenstance. This is not by coincidence. This is evidence that he sits high and he looks low. And he crosses your path with the people you need at the time that you need them. And there is a purpose on your life, and there is a calling on your life. And even if your calling is just influencing the children who look up to you, whether it's your kids or other kids, or maybe it's influencing the people on your job, in the workplace, maybe at your school, if you're a school teacher, maybe at your church where some people are struggling with their walk with Christ. See, you have been called and you've been set apart, and there are some things in your life that you still are fighting. Some things you have to address, because when you are called out from among them, it will require that you grow and that you change. And it goes on to say, remember the word that I said to you. A servant is not greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they kept my word, they will also keep yours. But all these things they will do to you on account of my name, because they do not know him who sent me. If I had not come and spoken to them, they would not have been guilty of sin. But now they have no excuse for their sin. So what this is letting you know, that you have been called out. You've been set apart. A purpose has been placed on your life. And that before Christ brought it to our knowledge, it was everything goes. Anything you want to do is cool. But now that you know better, there is no excuse. So there's no excuse for you to continue to wallow in those things that is hindering your purpose and hindering your greatness, just because you want to fit in. Because it's painful for you to say, oh, I can't go to the club this weekend. Or I don't want to drink alcohol in public. Or I don't want to have more than one drink. Or I don't want to have sex outside of marriage. Or just because I'm hurt and I'm broken and I feel neglected in my marriage, I don't want to commit adultery or start seeing somebody else just because we're separated. See, there's some things that you don't want to do because you know you shouldn't be doing them, but other people will start to hate you. They will start to hate on you. They will start to resent you and say, you think you're better than me. You think you're holier than thou. You're too heavenly minded to be any earthly good. And that is not the truth about you, but they'll speak it on you. So I want you to understand today that you have to continue the work that you've begun. You have to continue the work that has been started in you. And you have to continue to perfect yourself. Continue to work on yourself. It was a scripture, and I may have to find it on here, because I was looking at it, and it is Matthew chapter 5, verse 48. And a lot of people don't realize this, that it says, be perfect, therefore, as your heavenly Father is perfect. See, so often, a lot of times we sit and we think like, man, you know, it also says every man will fall short of the glory of God. But that does not mean be complacent in that space. It does not mean to be okay with being average and being mediocre. It does not mean that. It means pursue perfection. You will fail. You will fall short, but get back up and keep pursuing perfection. Keep going. Keep working on yourself. Keep working on those little areas, those little changes that you need to make, and understand that you will have some people who distance themselves from you. But remember, I always say this, there is separation before elevation. People will hate on you. People will resent you. People will talk down about you. People will distance themselves because they will say, you are judging me. You are judging me, because your presence of excellence makes them feel uncomfortable. That's okay. It is okay if I feel unapproachable, but that is your insecurity. It is okay if it feels like I'm judging you when I've never said anything outside of love, when I've never said anything to judge you. If you feel that, that is a good thing, because that means that I'm living my life and I'm pursuing excellence. And truthfully, it's inspiring you, but it might be scaring you. So you got to realize that people who seem and feel like, oh, you're judging me, you never judged them. You living your life. You say, I don't want to do that, but that's cool if you want to do it. God bless you, go ahead, but I'm not doing that. Live your life and be okay with being excellent. Be okay with pursuing perfection, knowing that you will have haters and doubters and people disrespecting you, people calling you out of your name, people distancing themselves from you. Be okay with that, because separation comes before elevation, and know that he already told you that they will hate you because of me. They will hate you, but don't worry about it, because they'll have to answer to their sin. Just like you have to answer to your sin, because now you have no excuse for living and doing the things that you are doing when you have been made aware that there is a better way, that you can live on another level. They say there's levels to this. There are levels to this, and you have to get ready for your next level, and you got to be willing to push yourself to the next level. Don't get complacent. Don't settle. Don't worry about losing fake friends. Don't worry about being judged yourself. Don't worry about people saying, oh, you think you too good. Oh, you think you all that. You are good. You are all that because you're a child of the King, because you're anointed and you're appointed, because you have been called from out among them, because you have been set aside and a purpose has been placed on you since you were in your mother's womb. Regardless of what she did with her life, regardless of what your father did with his life, there's a purpose on your life, and you have to understand that, and you got to be willing to walk in your purpose. You cannot worry about what he and she is saying. You cannot worry about people hating on you and talking bad about you, and people making you feel like you aren't in the in crowd. You can't worry about people getting angry because you're speaking truth to power. Even if you never said a word, your life speaks loud enough. Your actions are so loud that they can't even hear what you're saying. Don't worry about it. Be who you are called to be. Do what you are called to do and walk in your purpose. And those who are called like you, they'll get in line. Hey, this is Tony Gaskins. God bless you. Keep pressing. We'll talk soon.